Hello and welcome. I'm Saeed from StoryPlanet.net. Dive right into the essence of the most captivating books without reading them cover to cover. Whether you're on the go, at the gym, or just relaxing at home, we offer you a unique and enriching listening experience. Today, we are exploring the book Crisis Caravan, a creation by Linda Polman. The Crisis Caravan, 2011, explores the challenges of providing humanitarian aid in conflict areas. Despite well-meaning intentions, aid efforts can inadvertently cause harm due to political, social, and economic hurdles. This summary highlights common reasons for aid failures and provides guidance on enhancing relief work. Before we delve into these revelations, it's interesting to note that Linda Polman, a journalist with extensive experience in war zones, authored We Did Nothing: Why the Truth Doesn't Always Emerge When the UN Intervenes, a finalist for the Lettre Ulysses Award for Reportage. With 7 key ideas to unveil, brace yourself for a deep dive into this captivating book. On StoryPlanet.net. To start, the text discusses criticisms of humanitarian aid, pointing out flaws and the need for improvements to ensure it effectively helps those in need. The text discusses the skepticism around the effectiveness of humanitarian aid donations in alleviating suffering, questioning if the donations truly make a difference. It highlights concerns such as aid not reaching intended recipients and how conflicts may persist despite aid efforts. It introduces issues such as the potential association between aid and conflicts continuing or worsening. The text invites readers to explore further on the challenges and complexities of humanitarian aid and its impact. Key idea number 1. Aid organizations are straying from humanitarian principles due to becoming more like commercial businesses. The International Committee of the Red Cross is known for setting the standard in humanitarian aid principles such as neutrality, impartiality, and independence. However, many modern aid organizations have struggled to uphold these principles, as seen during the Rwandan genocide in 1994. Numerous aid agencies provided support to the Hutus in refugee camps, inadvertently aiding in further violence against the Tutsis. Today, humanitarian organizations can prioritize commercial interests over humanitarian principles due to competition for donations and high operational costs, leading to compromised aid efforts. Key idea number 2. Humanitarian aid is frequently misused by conflicting factions in war zones. Humanitarian aid can sometimes worsen situations when it is exploited by warring factions in conflict zones. Aid organizations may face challenges such as negotiating with armed groups and having their supplies taxed or confiscated, leading to increased costs and inadvertently funding conflict. Refugee camps can be infiltrated by fighters, posing risks to civilians who serve as human shields or aid bait, making the environment more dangerous. Key idea number 3. Aid organizations select which crises to address based on their own cost-benefit analysis. Kofi Annan urged wealthier nations to provide more funding for projects in poorer countries, highlighting the discretionary nature of aid. Aid is not a duty, but a choice, with organizations often selecting crises based on media coverage and potential donations. This leads to some crises receiving more aid, while others are ignored, prompting countries to engage in PR efforts to attract support. Key idea number 4. Aid organizations use media manipulation to spotlight their humanitarian missions and attract attention. Aid organizations in conflict zones exaggerate death tolls to attract media attention and increase donations. They influence journalists by embedding them in missions and offering incentives like free flights, chauffeurs, and interpreters. This can compromise journalistic neutrality. Key idea number 5. Crises victims may receive inadequate humanitarian assistance. Amateur humanitarian aid workers often form their own organizations, known as Mongos, aiming to provide quick and inexpensive aid without the bureaucracy of traditional NGOs. However, these Mongos can sometimes create more issues in crisis zones. They may not be properly trained and can make mistakes, like distributing religious material inappropriately, leading to tensions. Mongos can go unreported due to fear of criticism from larger aid organizations. This lack of oversight can harm those in need, as seen in cases like child amputees being relocated unnecessarily. There are no laws regulating the quality of humanitarian aid. Key idea number 6. Post-9/11 humanitarian aid efforts in Afghanistan have been unsuccessful. Humanitarian aid projects in Afghanistan have often failed due to issues such as funds being lost through multiple intermediaries, lack of supervision, and blurred lines between aid work and Western military strategy. Aid organizations subcontract work, leading to fund losses, and fear of terrorist groups like the Taliban results in limited oversight. Additionally, the expectation for aid organizations to support military objectives has made them targets, creating a harmful cycle. Key idea number 7. Criticism is essential for improving humanitarian aid work. To make humanitarian aid more effective, it is crucial to reassess its core principles and values. Organizations need to question the idea of providing aid at any cost and prioritize transparency and accountability in their work. Learning from past mistakes, such as the Red Cross's involvement during WWI, is essential to progress. Additionally, initiatives like ALNAP aim to improve accountability in humanitarian action. Overall, critical assessment and ongoing evaluation are key to enhancing the impact and effectiveness of humanitarian aid. In conclusion, aid work needs critical re-evaluation due to commercialization and media manipulation, with past examples like the Rwandan genocide showcasing flaws in organization. Change is crucial to truly benefit those in need. To make a positive impact, research organizations before donating, ensuring your money aids the intended recipients effectively. Thank you for listening to this summary. If you enjoyed this exploration, we invite you to discover other fascinating books on StoryPlanet.net. Don't wait any longer. A multitude of books, stories, and knowledge await you there. See you soon on StoryPlanet.net.